Jules, there was a point in this season where Atleti actually held a 10-point lead with some games in hand. If they don't win this league, what will we classify it as?
Well, it would be a big failure, of course, but don't forget what Diego Simeone has said all along. He said, do you think it's easy to win La Liga? Do you think we were going to keep those 10 points advantage all along in the second half of the season? They got 50 points in the first 19 league games. 50 points. It's almost, I mean, apart from the great Real Madrid and the great Barca time, no one has had 100 points or over in La Liga season. So for them to have kept the same rhythm that they had in the first half of the season into the second half would have been extraordinary. And I think Simeone was right. They would never have stayed 10 points clear of Barcelona. They made mistakes. At times they were a bit unlucky. On the other hand, it's Barca and Real we're talking about, so it was getting tighter and tighter. But if you look at the signs lately, they're all going into favour of Atleti. The Elche, the Fidel penalty missed for Elche, the penalty given to Sevilla in the game against Real Madrid, the fact that they hold on against Real Sociedad when they're really under pressure in the last 10 minutes of the game, like Sid just explained. I think those signs in such a tight title race matter a lot.
Sid, what would it mean for Atleti to win the league, a league they haven't won since 2014?
Oh, it's enormous, and I think this is something we shouldn't lose sight of. And I think Jules was quite right to point out that while Atletico Madrid had a 50-point total at the midway stage of the season, while it would feel like a failure for them not to win this league, for them to even compete for this league, I think is a success. Now, it's true that they're not the team that they were 10 years ago when Simeone took over. It's true that they have the resources that they had then, but this isn't a team that should win the league on the face of it. And I think if they were to win it, it would be absolutely enormous. I think if they were to hold on, it would be a huge success. Bear in mind that if they were to win the league, imagine they win these next two games, and as I say, nothing is at all guaranteed. If they were to win these next two games, they would have won the league having been top for just short of 6 months. Not relinquishing that position at any point. And however much it's true that position, that lead at the top has been reduced, it has not been relinquished. Now, on a couple of occasions, it's been because Madrid and Barcelona haven't been able to take advantage of opportunities. But to hold on to top spot for 6 months is an enormous achievement, even if you're Real Madrid or Barcelona, let alone if you're Atletico Madrid.
Right, a huge part of this Atleti story is Luis Suarez, the 19 goals that he scored since coming over from Barcelona. Look, he's scored everywhere he's been. How surprised are we really that he's been able to do this season with Atleti?
It's not surprising that he's scoring goals. I think how effective and how efficient he was, certainly in the early part of the season, where it felt like every time he shot on goal, he was actually scoring. And really, that's what Atletico Madrid require from him. Atletico Madrid is not a team built to win games for nothing. It's just not going to happen. Even if they dominate games, they're not going to win games easily. There is almost something to this team that requires them to struggle and to embrace that struggle. Well, within embracing that struggle comes Luis Suarez and scoring a deciding goal, second half. It rebounds, so somebody falls to him. He finishes first time, 1-0, 2-1, and this is how you got 3 points. Early part of the season, Atletico Madrid, seemingly, every weekend was like this. And every weekend was Luis Suarez making that statement. And he was making a statement not only to Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid fans, but it was also a statement to Ronald Koeman saying, see, you got rid of me. I'm here scoring goals, and I'm about to win the league. You know what this means to Luis Suarez? A whole lot, particularly how he was sort of ushered out the back door in Barcelona.
Yeah, Jules, on that front, I mean, these 19 goals are probably going to be the difference between Atleti winning the league and Barcelona winning the league. How big of a mistake was this, not just from Ronald Koeman, but the Barcelona board?
Huge. I mean, did they have to really let him go? We know how financially they're struggling right now, and certainly I think the spin that they put on this story is that they had to let him go. They had to sort of like release a bit of the wage bill. I'm not sure I really believe that, but certainly those goals. I mean, you can play Griezmann up front, you can play Ousmane Dembele up front, you can play Martin Braithwaite up front, you can play whoever you want up front. Those goals are missing, and there's a point where Leo Messi can't do everything on his own, and at times Griezmann has chipped in, and so did Dembele and others for sure. But I think a striker with 20 goals a season in La Liga, in a season like this one, in a title race like this one, they could have done with it massive, and they just didn't have it.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.